Hello from day 4 of the Cannes Film Festival, and today we're diving into a powerful directorial debut. She's been a vampire sweetheart, a Chanel muse and a Cannes red carpet rebel, but now Kristen Stewart is stepping behind the camera. She walked the red carpet in an edgy, custom-made Chanel look that got the internet buzzing. It's for her first feature called The Chronology of Water. It's a project she's been dreaming of since she was 9 years old. Adapted from Lidia Yuknavitch's memoir, the film follows the story of a young Olympic hopeful charting her battles with trauma, identity and survival. After her prize for Best Actress in 2017, Diane Kruger is back in Cannes with the premiere of Amrum, a haunting film set just after the fall of the Nazi regime. It's a quiet, island-set story about the emotional aftermath of war. Directed by Fatih Akin, it captures a nation reeling from the collapse of a long-held belief system. I sat down with Kruger and the director to discuss the film's origins and its powerful themes. Hello, hi, nice to meet you.
It's the story of a boy who is 12 years old towards the end of World War II. He's been sheltered and growing up on the island of Amrum, which is kind of idyllic because there's no war per se there. It's far away. And his mother is a Nazi and a Nazi sympathizer. And so he's growing up with parents that he obviously loves, and he cannot understand really what is happening in the world and why they could be wrong. And it's a coming-of-age story of this boy and a generation as a metaphor who is growing up to see what is really happening and how to move on, to distance yourself from your parents' mistakes, I guess, or your parents' belief, right? Is that a good way of?
I think it's it's better than, you did better than I do.
Bist du bang?
Wovor?
Für Sia.
Du hast doch auch keine Angst vor der See.
Doch.
The film's main character is the island. Amrum is the name of the island, so the island is the character. So I try to read a lot about islands, you know, and then you end up in adventure literature, like, I don't know, Stevenson's the Treasure Island, right? Moby Dick, Goldman's Lord of the Flies. Islands are kind of like an iconic pattern, right? And they have so many symbols.
Rüstendal 50 Kilometer vor Berlin.
Du hast tut mans titla san skit kriegt ju an.
Snakker jo skisk? Det san skisken.
Tessa, to me, was someone I was familiar with. You know, my grandparents were farmers. So my earliest childhood memories are of my grandmother, who was quite a tough lady, getting up before sunrise, going out into the fields. You know, I spent my summers lifting hay onto, you know, those big trucks and picking strawberries. And so I could see Tessa. I could see these women that were really tough, that survived alone without men during the war. And I liked that she was, you know, against the regime.
Herr Littler.
Hi. Mensch, Nanning. Wie geht's denn deiner Mutter?
Seitdem der Führer tot ist, will sie nichts mehr essen.
In Germany, we have this term called Entnazifizierung, which means the cleaning up the Nazism in the society. And we always thought, because we have it in history lesson and we have so many books about it, we have so many films about it, what can we do with all the books if people didn't read them? What can we do with all the films if people haven't seen them? They haven't, we're still Nazis, so we have to do more films.
I have a young daughter who's 6 years old, and we live in New York a lot. And every day, I realize that, you know, the world of alternative facts is happening around us. And I worry, you know, I really worry for my child to not have the wherewithals or the strength of character to think for herself and really see for what life is like. And that's not to excuse us, but that's what happened in Germany, you know? Like, I remember as a 13-year-old, Jasper's age, asking my grandparents, how could you have done this? What happened? Did you believe this, you know? And that's what's happening today. It's happening again. And so I think a film like Amrum is this ugly mirror that I'm embarrassed to look at.
There we go, Diane Kruger talking about her new film, Amrum. Next then, to the perfect Cannes film, Richard Linklater's Nouvelle Vague is a playful, stylish tribute to Godard's 1960s Breathless. The film is in the very spirit and style of the new wave classic. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Une belle américaine et une belle américaine. Rossellini,
Oh bah merci pour la balade, Jean-Luc.
Melville,
Donc on tourne ça comme une vraie interview.
Bogart, Truffaut,
Bon, je voulais voir si tout se passait bien.
de l'aventure, une cascade, des policiers, un flipper, un café,
Du pur génie.
un tournage.
Je marche dans la rue, ce type me filme avec une caméra dans un triporteur de la poste. Et je dis tout ce qui me passe par la tête parce que tous les dialogues seront doublés plus tard.
Well, you saw Zoe Dutch there in the role of Jean Seberg, who starred in Godard's Breathless. René Lefort tells us more about this rising Hollywood star.
Marty, why are you so nervous?
Especially the slow dances. Holding each other close. My arms here. Your arms here. They're incredibly proud of me, and I'm incredibly proud of them. And I'm lucky to be a part of a family that's that we all kind of understand what each other's going through. When was the last time you ate?
Are you sure about this?
Bon appetit. Hi. Is this the guy that left the flowers on my door?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you're the quiet guy in the back seat, Jake.
Oh my God! Please forgive me! It's fake fur!
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought you were a...
You thought I was a zombie?
Yeah, of course, a zombie.
Oh my God, no, I don't even eat meat. I'm a vegetarian.
Madison is a fresh face in the land of zombies. And she is a positive beam of light in a world of darkness, is the non-judgmental way of describing her. He's magical.
I have my shears.
What else does a man need besides his shears? One of the greatest actors of all time. I've learned so much from him.
Do you remember having any body work done on it around that time?
Yeah.
Okay. And how was your car damaged?
My husband Justin hit a deer.
American classic Our Town, directed by Tony winner Kenny Leon.
Ce sera vrai tout à l'heure?
Non, pas tout à l'heure, ce soir. Oui?
Yes. Où ça?
Oh, ici.
As well as rising stars in the first week of Cannes, we've had Tom Cruise, Angelina Jolie, Robert De Niro and Natalie Portman. And when the stars are out in force, so are the fans with their stepbladders. Stella El-Ghazmar tells us more about these dedicated and patient human beings.
Those people are La Gang des Escabeaux, or as we like to call them, the stepladder gang. Every year they travel from across Europe, dragging their stepladders with them and setting up right on the pavement across from the red carpet, which is the exact spot where celebrities pose and wave just before heading up the Palais stairs.
J'ai pas mangé, j'ai pas bu, j'ai pas dormi. Et je suis prêt, je suis là.
What time did you get here this morning?
Je suis là depuis 7 heures.
Depuis 9h30 ce matin.
Depuis 12h30.
What began as a group of 5 has grown nearly 150 loyal fans.
Avant, on était simple badaud, on venait comme ça librement. Et au fur et à mesure des années, c'est vrai que les escabeaux sont apparus.
Most of the ladders are personalized and they're actually locked in place with padlocks to make sure no one naps the hard-earned spots. It's a long-standing tradition that began in the 1990s with some fans having come to set up the ladders for over 30 years. What's your best memory, your best photo?
Il y en a beaucoup.
Mylène. Hier. Ah bah hier soir, bien sûr, avec De Niro qui a joué le jeu, il a été d'une gentillesse. J'ai mobilisé De Niro hier.
What would you be willing to do to get a photo with a star?
Oh, rien d'illégal, rien de sexuel.
And you, what would you do to get a selfie with a celebrity?
Well, if you've got any great celeb selfies, send us a message and tell us your story on our social networks. That's all from us for now. It's been a pleasure to have your company today. We're going to leave you with the impressive images from Friday night's premiere. Bono, U2 guitarist The Edge and Sean Penn posed for pictures on the red carpet with Ukrainian soldiers. Bono said he invited them for the premiere of his film Stories of Surrender to, in his words, thank them for keeping us free. Thanks for watching. See you next time for more news from the Cannes Film Festival.